Today's experiment is to start with 100% battery and see how many miles I can ride and how many feet I can climb, and if the bike gets drained before my body gets drained. This is Skyline Park in Napa. E-bike legal trails and a lot of good trails out here. It's going to be very interesting. I think I could do them all. I'm going to keep everything in the EMTB mode, which is purple. You can see the purple on my little clicker here. If I'm in turbo, it turns red. Oh, I wasn't ready. There's a couple other modes like tour and eco, but I think just keeping it in EMTB all the time on these rides gives me a good base case to measure from. I want to keep it somewhat consistent, so after a few rides I really have a good idea of how many miles and how many feet I can get out of a battery. My first ride I did about 15 miles, 2,700 feet of climbing, I think it was. And it only took the battery down to 55%. So you have to imagine 30 miles and 6,000 feet of climbing is well within reason. And it's very possible I get up to those numbers today. I'm just very curious to see if my legs, my hands, my butt will be up to the task. At that point, the bike is not the weakest link. Hey, hey, how's it going? What's up? Here we go, first real test. Oh, got the motor thing again. The plastic motor cover goes down just enough to really get it. Oh, there it goes again. So Cerise from IBIS said that they are redoing the motor cover, and all the ones that you will actually see in stores will have a new one. Yikes. It's funny because I'm still getting my confidence with the weight of the bike and what the bike can do and how fast you can actually attack something, compared to if I was on my Ritmo, I would just try to rocket up those rocks and just take it on, but you kind of feel yourself hesitating and slowing down, and all of a sudden you're just like, eh. It's funny because I was kind of under the wrong impression, even thinking about the e-bike and how class 1 is pedal assist up to 20 miles per hour. So I kind of thought, oh yeah, when I'm climbing, I'll be going 20 miles an hour. But that's really not the case. It's really like you've got this extra 250 watts of power, and you still have horrendous gravity and grade working against you to do the climb. So the climbs are still tough. You're zipping up faster than you normally would, but you're not zipping up crazy climbs at 20 miles an hour unless you're putting down 1,000 watts. And I'm sure we'll have a couple examples of that later in the ride. This is the trail I would usually start on. I normally park down at the park down there, John F. Kennedy Golf Course, and then come up this way. But I figured today I'd rather park at the main parking lot so I could come back to the van, refill water, refill snacks. No throttle. I've got kind of a plan in my mind for the different trails I want to do. It'd be very cool if I could actually hit every single one. As I'm riding this today, the bike has still not been announced, so I don't want to run into too many people who want to take a photo with me. Don't want to spoil the surprise announcement. Whoa. Yeah. That was great. And up. Whew. Yeah, you really still got to make sure you're in the right gear when you come through the tough climbs. It gives you the best chance of getting up and over. Whew. It's very easy just to get lulled into a state of riding in the hardest gear, then it's gonna get you. Moving right along. What are we at? Oh wow, 86%. That's surprising. It just ticks away little by little. Oh, yeah. Gotta get back into the pedals so much quicker to make sure the power engages again. It's a different skill. Still learning. Downhill both ways. And figuring out the right gear. Howdy, thank you. Oh yeah. Yes. The fun factor is pretty good. Woo! Yeah. 3.5 miles so far, 17 minutes. And the calculation thinks I've only got 21 miles of range from how hard and up and down this all is. Well, we can do some real battery burning here. Up Lower Skyline. Ooh. Yeah. 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 Had a big old breakfast this morning. Hopefully that'll get me fueled up for this adventure. I'll also have a little snack every 45 minutes or so. Oh my God. Oh God. Yikes. Indecision. Whoa. Yeah. Oh man. Being in the easy gear, that worked really well. Okay, I don't think I've even been in the Eagle gear yet, like this. Oops, maybe ill-advised. Tractor pull. Hello, deer. Little tiny pronghorns on there. What a trip. I don't know if it's just the psychology of watching the battery or if there's actually something to that first 10% just goes so fast. And now I feel like this has been a gigantic climb and it's only what, another 10% down or less than that. Yeah, the fog is going. Nice and cool morning and I'm still sweating. I really like having the power meter here so everyone can see, if you're interested, what kind of watts I'm actually putting out. And when it sounds like I'm struggling, there's some factual evidence to back that up. I just don't care about the RPM whatsoever. I would much rather cadence be replaced with probably the climbing feet elevation. That'd be awesome. Yeah. Howdy, howdy. Wow, sun's out now, huh? That's normally the spot I would break for a snack, but I feel good. Let's keep going. Uh-oh. Skyline some more. This is like only something me and my brother would take on if we were feeling crazy. I just looked down, the GoPro battery's at 61% and the bike is at 66%. That's kind of funny. That's a good reminder for the GoPro battery. We'll see how much it matches up as we go. This is the one place I've heard that mountain bikers have seen a lot of mountain lions out on the trail. A lot of deer, a lot of food. I still have not seen a mountain lion in real life, face to face. Only on the Everstoke game cameras. Man, this is nice. It really shines on uppy downy stuff where you just got to get over that next little hump. Like Alpine Trail and Oak Ridge. Oh man, I've got to get back on there with my e-bike, do the whole ATCA. That'll be magical. Yeah, it's so funny with the battery too. It's never a one-to-one. It's just like in your car. If you climb up a huge mountain pass, you're gonna drain a bunch of your battery. But if you're going downhill on the mountain path, you're not using anything. So it's, you know, it may be more deceptive than you think. It doesn't correlate 100% with the time spent, just the power used. So why is it that I usually see 80% female deer and like 20% bucks, if that? Are they really not distributed 50-50 with their species, or are they really just hunted out, even out here in a park? Or maybe it's just the antlers have just fallen off, so there's no tell as to whether it's male or female. 15 years ago, I was 25. 15 years from now, I'll be 55. What the heck? It's gonna be interesting to see how the whole e-bike thing evolves and how land management deals with it, and how a place like this that doesn't allow dogs but allows bikes and e-bikes and horses and everything seems to be getting along just fine. And there's always going to be conflict. Wherever there's two people who are different from each other, there will be conflict. But hopefully as time goes on, maybe we'll see more bikes being allowed more places, more e-bikes being allowed more places, more recreation, more people getting out there, more people sweating, more people losing weight, more people not having terrible diseases late in life. That'd be great. Oh yeah, the big reveal. Look at that wall of fog, the marine layer. Holy moly. That is cool. How deep it is over there. I think I hear some coyotes. Get to the top of the hill, see if I can spot them. So the bike has this built-in app that tracks your rides. It's called Flow, and it's really nice because it actually shows the amount of climbing you've done, versus Strava on my phone is what I usually use. You can never actually see how much climbing you've done during the ride. 2,000 feet so far, 51 minutes. Those coyotes were having a ball down there. Never poked their head out though, never got to see them. E-bike battery lasted longer than the GoPro battery, had to switch it. There are plans to connect another park to Skyline Park back behind me over here, so that'll be really interesting to see that get going. More of the Bay Area Ridge Trail, where eventually you could actually ride your bike all the way around the bay. And it seems like the best chance to have the best single track experience is going to be from Calistoga in the north, heading down south all the way to Rockville, and then like, I guess crossing through like the Crockett Hills somehow. Hopefully it all get together someday. But Napa County really has the best sections of single track for the Bay Area Ridge Trail. Bike legal. That is sweet. See, this is a beautiful piece of single track. This is amazingly built. Oh yeah. Man, trail access. It's such an interesting thing, with horses being the top dog of all trail access, at least in the California, San Francisco Bay Area. It's like cows are allowed on pretty much every trail, and cows graze on pretty much all the good single track in the Bay Area. It's just so weird that mountain bikers are not allowed. That's why we have to have our voice heard. We have to get together, fight together, and really have a good plan. There's so many good organizations now that are helping fight the good fight. People for Bikes, CAMTB, California MTB, all the different bike clubs across the country, IMBA, of course, just trying to get our message out. It's crazy to me. Football, baseball, basketball. I guess basketball is more of a lifelong sport, but football and baseball, they're these sports that we cherish so much, that you play in high school and you have your glory days and then it's over, versus cycling. If we had more of a cycling culture, getting people into biking, and oh man, it's a lifelong enjoyment. It's a lifelong sport. And the focus on competition, how everything's competition, everything's weight class and age class and gender and all this stuff, where going for a bike ride with a bunch of your friends does not have to, you know, be segregated in any which way. Well, if they're a little slower, you might hold them out from going on a 50-mile ride. But you know what I'm saying. Everybody's welcome. Love this section. Oh, come on. Oh, howdy. Rock and roll.
Yeah.
Yeah. Don't tell anybody. There we go. A little tough with this lighting. Ooh. Howdy, just me? Yeah. Okay, that was so fun. Oh, 52% on the battery. Okay, here we go. We're gonna have some quite diabolical climbing, and considering what I've learned so far, get it into the Eagle gear and pray. I did make this during a race. Glory days. It was a long time ago. Wow, there's still room for the Eagle gear. Holy moly. Oh, I'm so scared. Yes. That was not easy. This has grip. Oh man, that was scary too. Holy moly. Still feeling out the traction, how hard I can push. Oops. That lighting was nasty. Oh no. Not quite. Even on the Oso. Okay, 50% power. Let's see. 16-mile range now. Remember earlier, it said we had 16-mile range. So it's kind of figured out like, oh, okay, you're not going all uphill all the time. So it's kind of always adjusting that. 12 miles I've gone so far. I've only ridden for an hour. How is that possible? Feels like 2 hours. It feels like a full ride I've already done. That's crazy. It's only been an hour. 2,100 feet of climbing. This is all really good information for future trips and stuff, because if it seems like EMTB mode is a little too powerful, a little too easy, I can knock it down to tour mode. Whoa. Or, God forbid, eco mode, if I really wanted to go out for the whole day. This is such a cool section. Oh, that rock's sticking out. That's great. Working the arm muscles, throwing the bike around, you could really feel how it's harder and not quite what I'm used to. Ooh, that was nice. Ooh. Yeah. Yeah, I am just kind of realizing now that I do weigh 150 pounds, so I'm gonna get a lot better mileage, I'm guessing, than most people. Just saying, your mileage may vary. Okay. Dun dun dun. Thatcher Rimrock, 2,000 foot climb. This is gonna put it to the test. Put me and the bike to the test. I'm no physicist, but oh man, left turn. Whoa, God. As I was saying, it seems in my mind, if I put this in an easier gear and I go up a little slower, you would use less energy. If you're going up in a hard gear and you're getting up this thing faster, you're using more energy. So I think you can conserve by doing that, but where time is the variable there versus just it's going to take X amount of power to get this amount of weight to the top of the hill. Woo. This is cool. Shiver me timbers. Whew. I remember having an argument with somebody in college about walking versus running. If you're walking to a place, his argument was it took the same amount of calories to get to a place whether you're walking or running. And it's like, no, the time is a factor. You got there faster. You use more energy to move that mass. Ooh. This is going to be very interesting because I would like to go over the top down this hike-a-bike section. I've only pushed my bike up, but then turn around and try to get the e-bike up and then come back down this. At least I've got walk mode on the bike if I can't make it up, but I don't know, I should be able to power up some of the stuff. My memory's a little fuzzy. It might just be impossible. I just saw something on Twitter today that was like 6%, oh no, of Americans think that they could win a fight unarmed against a grizzly bear. And it was a whole chart of different animals. Elephant, crocodile, just a lot of preposterous things. Even a wolf, it spends its entire life fighting. All it does is kill. That's how it eats. Yeah. What chance does a normal person that's never been in a fight before have? Oh yeah, I just choke it out. No big deal. The elephant, you know, is a little tougher, but I can figure it out. 39%. I'd say the only problem with the e-bike is you need 2 e-bikes. One for your friend and one for you. I guess I could let Sarah ride the e-bike. I am a little bit faster than her, but who knows? She's been riding way more than me over the past couple months, so she's probably faster. But if you're the slow guy in your group or gal, the e-bike puts everything on the level playing field. This has got to be the top over here. Oh no, there's another climb. There we go. Battery is at 30%. Warning, warning. We're doing fine. I'm not worried about it. Okay, that was only 1,200 feet of climbing. I don't know where I got 2,000 from, so whoops-a-daisy. That was, yeah, that felt like 1,200 feet of climbing. So now let's do a little bit of descending, maybe 1,200 feet of descending, and then back over the top, and that'll be 2,000 feet of climbing, and hopefully we'll have enough to get back to the car and see where we're at. A lot of weight to slow down. Oh. Yeah! Gonna have a whole lot of that. Oh, it's so different with the heavy weight going down a straight line trail. I've wanted to do this so long. I hope I don't regret it. The thing is, you probably would have heard somebody talk about it and say, oh man, that was amazing, if it actually is, but sometimes you hit the hidden gems. Oh my God. That was so bad. Okay, I'm leaning on the side of not a hidden gem. Over the edge. Oh, yeah. Oh man, I've got, I hate cutting the switchbacks, but you're like so white knuckle. The control is just not there to be able to do it right. Whoa. What is that? Okay. Okay. I think this is going to be a huge test for the battery because this is just straight up 1,200 feet in less than a mile. Super hardcore. And I'll see how much I can actually climb and how much I gotta walk. I guess walk mode would probably be easier on the battery. I don't know. Oh, yeah. That's good stuff. So I started at 30%, so I'll keep an eye on that. And I think from what I've heard, this bike actually shuts off around 4%, so it doesn't want to overdrain the battery and cause damage, which is a little silly. If you're actually turning off at 4%, why don't you just make that 0%? But this e-bike goes to 11. Yeah. This is actually really cool. Ooh, ooh, ooh. Walk assistance, not really that great on ridiculous. Uh-oh, I might be getting in over my head here. Probably better just to try to ride. But that little section of trail was too silly. Too wavy gravy. Hello, rock. Okay, just for fun, let's check range. It says I have 4 miles in EMTB mode. If I go to Tour Plus, 6 miles. Go to Eco, I got 7 miles. Off, you got all the mileage you want. You got your legs. This bike does have a removable battery. You can totally hot swap if you want to go out for twice as long. So that would just be so cool on some crazy epic day to put some food and some snacks and an extra battery in some spot, some little hidden spot, and then halfway through the ride, swap out the battery, come back for it later. But on that day, it allows you to go crazy far. Easy, easy there, girl. That was pretty good. I got that far. Worth trying once, never again. One of the really cool things on all the new IBIS bikes is the SRAM universal derailleur hanger. So awesome. You have 5 different bikes. If they all have the universal derailleur hanger, you only need one type of hanger. Before, if you had 5 different bikes, you probably had 5 different hangers. And if you're out on a road trip and you break your hanger and you don't have an extra, we should always carry extras, but at least every bike shop in America, hopefully, has a couple SRAM universal derailleur hangers there waiting for you. Okay, so far, hour 43 of riding time, 16 miles, 3,800 feet of climbing, and 22% battery. I'm very confident we can make it back to the car. So really, we got to push it a little bit further. I got to get back to the start. I'll get back to the car and then I'll probably be able to push it for one more lap. Just one more. Range, 2 miles. Oh yeah. Woo! Oh wow, just the right intensity. Watch out, lizard. Woo. Playing nice on the marbles. Try not to slip them out. It's just so interesting how much time and energy your brain has spent mapping a bike and the weight and the braking power and all the different things that go into just having a perfect mind-body connection, mind-bike-body connection, and how if you do this, this will happen, and how you are able to just navigate so many different things. And then you throw a different bike with very different properties, and you kind of have to learn it again, but most of it's transferable. But I'm just a little tentative on the hardest of hard stuff. I think it's actually really good for your brain to ride different types of bikes and just have it work harder and not get atrophied like your muscles. Same thing of like finding ways to trick your muscles into not doing the same thing over and over. Whoa. It's so interesting because it feels like it took me forever to finally get to a really, really good level. Over the past year or two, I really feel like I am dialed in on my downhill stuff, and it just took little by little improvements versus some people can just throw themselves in head first, like my beautiful and talented wife Sarah. She hasn't been mountain biking for long at all, and she can just put the fear away and take the risks and come out the other side hurt or better, but most of the time come out the other side better. And with that experience that, oh, if I do this, this happens. I took the route where I never actually had a major injury, and I'm happy about that. I can actually go ride my bike and put out YouTube videos instead of having to take months off. Oh, hello again. Howdy, howdy.
Are you BKXC?
Yeah, it's me, man. What's up? 21%. Barely used any juice on that. Obviously, it's downhill. But this is gonna be a little juicy. Yeah. I'm heading out on a Colorado road trip very soon, and it's gonna be funny to get on the regular Ripmo, see how everything feels. I'm thinking that first ride is gonna be a little weird. 19%. Doing good, doing good. Plenty of battery. It's fall here. Whoa. Oh, that handled it so nice. Chewing up the gnar. Woo! Oh. Yeah. Good, good, good. This is the new section. Oh, I don't think I've ridden this yet. Haha, nice. Two little berms make all the difference. Whoa. Oh, disc golf, anyone? I didn't bring the battery charger today because that wasn't really going to be part of the test. But if I had, man, I think you can go from very low charge to a decent amount of charge based on, you know, electrons and physics and such. It's kind of like when you're getting on a Southwest flight. When the flight is empty and there's no one on, it's really easy to go find a seat. But once the flight starts to fill up, so it's like once your battery gets to 80%, it has to work a lot harder to keep it charging up. Okay, I'm not done. I'm just gonna have a little snack, maybe drop off some water, refill. We're at 17% and 19 miles into the ride. Watermelon time. Snack time is over. Let's go burn some more battery. 19 miles in, 2 hours of riding time. Oh boy, that 17 went down to 12 a little quicker than I thought, but I am climbing. I gotta get to the top. There's a little bit of jeopardy here. We've got the 10% warning. No big deal, I got this. Now I'm very much regretting doing that stupid hike-a-bike down and then back up 1,200 feet of garbage when I could have got anything else that's quality out here. Live and learn. So as I said before, I'm pretty sure the bike is going to turn off at 4%. So I really only have 4% left to get to the top of this climb. Yikes! Okay, I'm starting to believe this is possible. I think there's a little bit of an undulation up, but I don't think there's any big crazy climbs. Okay, maybe there is still some goofy climbs. 5%. Knock, knock, knocking on heaven's door here. Trying to go from memory too. I think Buckeye splits just up ahead a little bit further. Ruh-roh. Oh, sweet. Okay, this might just be like downhill now. The timing could not have worked out better. Oh, that's crazy. I do feel it in my legs. I feel a little crampage, little pre-cramp. Not really in the best shape right now, but this is the only way to get in better shape. This is like Kramer trying to see how far the gas gauge went. Oh, baby. Buckeye, so good. Oh, this little thing. 4%, I see it. No shutdown yet. Woo. I think this way. Oh no, actually, dang it. I always go this way, but really, Buckeye continues down there. So I'm actually gonna do it right for the first time. It's just a little cut around. Woo. Electric. Still at 4%. Yeah, cool. That was good to do that because that would have been a climb over that hump. Might have killed me. Okay, still Buckeye. We got this. No reason to shut down. There's still 4% left. Whew. Okay, getting over that. That was victory. We got 3% now. And there is a little bit of a little hump here over here. Oh man, this is fun. I feel like I'm getting the same workout, getting to go twice as far. I'll do some comparisons to my previous routes out here on Strava, but off the top of my head, I think I usually do 13 miles and you know, maybe 2,500 feet of climbing, something like that. We'll see how this shakes out at the end. I think this is really the last little hump. I might regret that, but the map in my mind, oh, 2% power. That's crazy that it worked out this good. I'm not back at the car yet, but I'm very confident I'll make it back without having to push. Oh, hump. Oh man, indecision right there. Could have been bad. Just start staring at that big rock. Watch out for the horse poop. Oh yeah. Yeah. Woo. Can't take my eyes off the trail to see the battery, but I'm guessing we're still 2%. Oh, so good. That corner's still very diabolical. Could use a little build up. I had one of the craziest OTB moments of my cycling career right about here, going fast. I hit something right in the middle of the trail, somehow pulled the front brake wrong and went flying, somersaulting, and I still have a little scar on my tramp stamp area above my butt crack. It's just one of those things, man, when you crash like that in mountain biking and you just don't know what went wrong. It's so tough. Okay, we still got 2%. Let's burn this bad boy to the ground. My legs are feeling it so much right now. We've hit 1%. I should probably turn back. But what fun's that? We gotta have the bike turn off on us. Emptying the strategic reserves. There it goes, 0%. I felt it. Oh no, we're still going. We're on 0. We're going into negative. Oh, mission accomplished. Whew. I am a little worried about if the battery goes dead, losing the ride stats, but I think they're all on the phone. The phone is really doing the job. Oh man. Got my tires up at 30 PSI, taking on anything. Suspension feels solid. Just at this high PSI, you're always afraid of wiping out on the marbles, losing grip. I kind of think it's good that 0% doesn't mean 0%, but I also think it'll just get knuckleheads deeper into trouble when they're like, no, you can still go a little bit on 0. I am so conservative with this kind of stuff. I would only be doing this in this kind of semi-controlled situation. Oh, there we go. Light reserve mode. So now there's just enough for you to have your light on to make it back to the car. I'm glad. What a crazy timing that is. Right at the end. 25 miles, 2.5 hours. Back at home and looking at the stats, at least on Strava, it says 5,600 feet of elevation. But on the Flow app, it says 4,800 feet of elevation. 800-foot discrepancy. And that really it makes quite a difference. I was also looking at a previous Skyline route. This is kind of what I would always do with my brother. 13 miles, 13 and a half, an hour 40, 2,000 feet. So I really got to go twice as far, still added another 45 minutes to go twice as far, and climbed a lot more than a regular ride. So pretty cool. Just plugged the bike in, and I'm gonna try to keep track of how long it takes to go from 0 to 100. Hey, it just went from 0 to 1% pretty fast, but I don't know how much I'm gonna have to babysit and just keep looking, but I've got the stopwatch going. I totally lost track of time and forgot that I was timing it, but luckily we're at 75% at 3 hours almost exactly right now. So that's a pretty good little benchmark. Bada bing, bada boom, we're at 100%, maybe a little more, maybe 100 plus, and that means it took 4 hours, 30 minutes to go from 0 up to 100. Good to know. So that's it for today's e-bike adventure. I've got many more adventures to come, but until then, do me a favor, go ride something new, and maybe I'll see you on the trail.